The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights basketball team. We'll recap this past week's game with Johnson County and look ahead what's on the schedule as the Black Knights finish up the first half of their district schedule with South Green and Unicoi County. We'll talk about those things right after this quick break here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Terry's Flooring, and by First Horizon Bank.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Sam Broyles. We've got head coach Tanner Early outside of the door out there waiting for his show to start, but
sorry, Tanner.
That's all right. We've got Johnson County on the slate. It's kind of weird, only one game to talk about, but only had one game last week, and then coming in here this week, Johnson County's the only one so far, but man, what an important one it is, because Johnson County is always a tough team to take down, and you were able to do that 73-72 with a much different, new-looking Johnson County team. So how'd you get it done?
We were very fortunate. It wasn't just he was number 5 last year for him. The post play, Campbell, isn't that his last name? I could be wrong. But anyway, he came back. He's number 24 now.
Darren?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm wrong on that last name. But anyway, he came back, and then 11 decides to come back. Very physical, smaller player. He's a senior too. They got 12 seniors, but he's very physical, and he's not afraid to let you know that. And they're a totally different looking team. 44 had been starting for him, their post player. He wasn't starting, that night, and they moved Darren to the post. And they looked like a totally different team than what I'd seen on film. And, especially up at the Happy Valley tournament where they played so many games in a row. But we were very fortunate to win that game, end up winning it by 1. And, we're talking about these two players. 12 had 25 and hit 3 threes in that fourth quarter that brought them back, and forced it to a 1-point game. But make the call on that final play. We get the ball to take it out of bounds, the clock's running. 6, 5, and they grab us to keep us from throwing it in because they have no more timeouts. So they stop play with 2.1 seconds, and so now we got to throw it in. They call a foul. So what's the call on that?
That's
in your opinion?
It's a tricky call.
Yeah, I've never seen it happen before, so
It's tough to make those that
Yes.
you've never seen happen or don't see often.
So we were able to, get it in and withstand their rally. So it was an important win, and it makes for tomorrow's game in South Green, mean even more.
Did you say 12 seniors?
Yes.
They have 12.
And I thought 10 was a lot.
I thought 10 was a lot.
They
12,
have
that's
12.
That's a whole varsity squad, basically.
Yes, it is.
But 12 seniors, man, that's going to be a large senior night. But you've dealt with that before, so you know how it feels. But you've also dealt with Johnson County many times before, and this was a brand new team, as we mentioned. And to be able to get the win and score so high, how were you able to get that done? Because we've talked about them scoring in the hundreds against Hampton, and even at the end of regulation, I think it was 89-89, I believe. And you knew the offense was going to have to click to get a win. How did the offense get clicking and hang steady with Johnson County in such a high-scoring game?
Well, we had multiple scores, and, we do that. Of course, we're a lot better team. It makes us harder to guard. You can't just concentrate on one area whenever we play like that. But, our guards played really well. They like to press. They like to get after you, make it an up-tempo game, and we did a good job of handling that, to get easy buckets. And whenever they did miss, and we were able to run transition, and we were able to make some shots out of that too.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all it needs is for you all to make shots to change their game plan completely. Is that what kind of worked in your favor, is being able to make some shots and throw them off?
Yeah, and then they had to get after us even more. And then, when you can get them extended, where a lot of times they'll pack it in, whether it's pack line defense, whatever type of defense they're trying to play, or even a zone to where they don't run you off that three-point line. Well, whenever you extend them even further out to where you can take them off the dribble and do different things out of your dribble drive stuff, which we were able to do, and, it made it for a good night as far as offensively. And defensively, we got to work on giving up 72 points.
Right,
and
but
like I said, one player had 25 of those 72, so we got to do a better job on him next time.
that's the negative part about high-scoring games. You're not happy with the defense, but you are happy with the offense, and I know you're happy getting out of there with a win, and it improves your record to 2-1 in the conference at the moment. And looking at the conference, just going through a quick rundown of the standings, Unicoi beats West Green and Malsum on Tuesday night. They take a hold of sole possession of first place at 3-0. You and West Green are now tied at second at 2-1. South Green gets a win, and that evens them with Johnson County back there at a tie for fourth place at 1-2. And then dead last at sixth place is Happy Valley, still searching for that first conference win. So that's a run through of the standings. 3 games through so far. Chuckey-Doak has 2 more up ahead on the schedule to finish out the week with South Green, and then start next week with Unicoi County. We'll touch on those in the back half, though. We'll need a quick sponsor break in first. So we'll be right back after this quick commercial spot here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
Tommy's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommy's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommy's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights basketball team. As always, joined here with Black Knights head coach Sam Broyles. So Friday night, you've got a lot of people's favorite game throughout the county. I've said it time and time again, it's my favorite rivalry throughout the county because of how competitive it's been over the past few years. These games have decided who finishes where in the conference, who finishes first, who finishes second, and 3 out of the last 4 years, it's determined who wins the conference championship in February's district tournament. So you got the Rebels on Friday night. You're going out there to South Green for the first game of the season. What's it going to take on Friday night to get the job done and get a win?
Well, we got to do a better job defensively, and I didn't mention it earlier, but one thing we give up a lot was a lot of defensive rebounds, that turned into offensive rebounds for Johnson County. So it seemed like they had 12 or 14 points You got to add that. So that, yes, that's part of defense, but that's part of something we can fix. And South Green being bigger than Johnson County, they're bigger than us. We got to do a better job on the boards. So if we want to be able to compete with them, Friday night.
And I know that's one thing the last few years that has been said and said and said over and over and over again with South Green is size. They don't have as much size as they had in recent years, but they are still a lot bigger than everybody else. So whenever you're dealing with the size factor, how do you kind of eliminate that? And how do you attempt to eliminate that in the game?
Well, when you got to box out, but you've got to put your body on theirs and not be afraid. You can't just go out there and, act like you're going to and then go after it. You've got to at least put a body on it, then go get it. A lot of times, we miss them, they get in front of us, and that's what was happening the other night. We got to get out of the habit. When that ball's shot, all of a sudden we become fans.
Watchers.
Yeah, watching the ball instead of what? Getting in position to go get that ball. We got to get out of that habit, and we've worked on that. So hopefully it'll show Friday night that when South Green shoots it, we're not just watching it. We're going after it.
And then Tuesday, you get a crack at the #1 team in the conference, hosting them first, which will always be a big game, getting them at home first. And you're welcoming Unicoi County into the district, and it's your last game throughout this first half of the district schedule. So what's it going to take on Tuesday night to knock off Unicoi County?
The good thing is we get them here, and the way that I hear the ball pressure they put on you, full court, we got to take care of it. Number one, we've got good guards, and hopefully they do a good job of that. But at the same time, you take care of it. You've still got to score. You get it on your half, you got to be able to put it. So we've got to shoot the ball well, got to be able to box out again. You don't want to give that bunch second chance shots. Simmons, you don't want to give him more than one look.
You don't want to give him any shots at all, to be completely honest.
Yes, especially more than one. And they have more than that. Let's be honest about it. They got 4 or 5 good shooters. So the more opportunities they get in that, one possession, I can see that rebound, back out, another 3. And, next thing you look up, they've hit 4 threes like that, 12 points. And, 2-point game, balloons in a hurry.
Side note, too, you've not played Unicoi County in a long time, have you?
No, we haven't.
I don't think you've had them on the regular season home and away schedule, and off the top of my head, I don't remember any tournaments. So it's been a long time since the Black Knights and the Blue Devils have squared off against each other, but they're going to be here for the foreseeable future now, dropping down into 2A, and so far they've taken the conference by storm, winning their first 3 games. So they're looking to complete the first stretch undefeated here when they play you all on Friday, but it seems crazy to already say that next Tuesday. It's crazy to say after next Tuesday, we'll be halfway through the district schedule already.
I was telling some of my older guys, let's see, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? I believe Monday was the 12th. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, our final regular season game is February 12th. I mean, we're less than a month away. And our season, it's over.
Yeah.
And, the second season starts in tournaments, but tournament can be one and done. So, you've got to make the most of every moment you've got because it's winding down, and hopefully they realize that and they give you that much more effort, in every game they play. And you'd like to see that in practice too. But, play that game like it's your last one because it's winding down. It will be your last one.
And luckily, you don't have to leave the county for these next 2 games. You got South Green on the road on Friday, so if you got the opportunity to go out to South Green and watch the Black Knights on Friday night.
3 games.
Is that
West
right?
Green.
West Green, yes, next Friday. So, you don't have to hop on a bus for a long time. So, South Green this upcoming Friday at South Green tomorrow night if you're watching this on the night that it airs on Thursday. And then here at home against Unicoi County on Tuesday. So, come out to Lower Afton then and support them. And then go out to South Green on Friday night and support them then. And then we'll talk about West Green next week. And next week when we sit down and talk, we'll be halfway through the district schedule, which is crazy to think about.
It is. 3 weeks left? Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
By then.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about less than a month away from the most exciting time of the year.
Who's winning the national championship? It's all on you.
Indiana. I would not be surprised to see Miami do some damage, though.
I think everybody, though, is for Indiana.
Yeah, the whole
underdog. I mean, never been, have the worst record ever. Did I hear that right?
I They have the
in college
worst
football.
worst record of any maybe Division I team. I know Power
Division,
4 for sure,
okay.
yeah. But it's kind of crazy that the underdogs are not really underdogs, though, because they've been such a talented team this year that Miami's perceived as the underdog. But you look at history, they're definitely the underdogs going into this.
If he wins it, I don't see how they keep him.
Signetti,
Yeah.
he may want
Every
to
pro
stay.
team.
He may want to stay. And if he does, all respect to him, because most coaches
yeah.
leave in that situation.
Yeah.
But he's built something there. Probably the most remarkable coaching job I've ever seen in sports. To
Has
turn
to be.
Indiana around in 2 years to a national championship is remarkable.
How many teams, I saw that, and he's one of them, was under Saban.
Saban, he was, yeah.
Isn't that something? And now
Saban-
every one of them's competing,
I
you know,
think
that were
the-
competing for a national title.
All the semifinalists were. Pete
Something
Golding, Dan Lanning, Mario Cristobal, and Kurt Signetti were all
Even
Saban
Lane
guys.
Given, who left,
Yeah.
was one of them too. It's hard to believe.
Trying to think of other coaches too. I think those might have been the only ones. Texas Tech, no. Ohio State, no. Kirby Smart was, and I'm blanking on the other team. But anyway, you had a lot of Saban disciples that were in the college football playoffs. So I don't know what it is about Coach Saban, but that man knows so much about football, and he was so good at teaching it.
You got that right.
That's all we got this week, unless there's anything else you've got to add.
I'm with you. I'm going with Indiana.
Going with Indiana. We'll see if the Hoosiers get it done on Monday night. So next week we'll tune in, see if we were right about the Hoosiers.
See if you were right.
Yeah. We'll
I
ride
can't
my bus
remember
for
who
this one.
I'm still going with Ohio State.
I was too.
After last year, what they did, I mean, why wouldn't you?
I was too. Yeah, they ran roughshod through everybody except Indiana. You figure they were going to get fired up again, but we'll see when Monday comes around if we're right.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.